It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Tell them, Canada Dry.
It's time for D-A-D. It's time for Dad's cookies, baby.
Book it. Let's hit it.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. And tell me all your information. I wanna know.
Welcome to this week's edition of Dynamite After Dark. I am, of course, the master of the dark custodial arts, the JFB, James from Boston.
This guy knows how to handle a mop, I tell you what. Like crazy. I am, of course, the patron saint of all of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. My name is Canada Dry.
I love this gimmick. It's so freaking awesome. We're four of us, the four horsemen. We're gonna
We got trios.
yes,
Tonight we're the Three Musketeers.
we're the tyrannical trios of podcast wrestling.
Really, Joseph Graham? The Three Musketeers is the most badass thing you could think of? Like, we could have been the Death Triangle.
Nah. I mean, I don't know about you. Have you ever actually read some real stories about the Musketeers? They're pretty badass, my guy.
Well, the name is just kind of
We are, of course, joined by GM Joe. He is, of course, effing security officer of the year. And we call him Golden Graham. What's up, my brother?
Oh, not much. How you guys doing tonight? I'll wear quite a few hats for you guys. You know how you call it. Liam used to be the backup goalie. I'm the new one.
Yeah,
I'm here wherever y'all need me.
He's our new third goalie.
Yep.
I love it.
He's the guy we call up from the farm team when the backup's injured and we just need a great goalie for that night. Yeah. We call him up. He travels up the highway on the Greyhound for about a couple hours, and he's ready to go.
I know. That's what's so great about hockey. I mean, that's what it's just one of the greatest sports. Like, it's just freaking awesome. And the sad part is, as a Boston Bruins fan, I hated seeing Patrice Bergeron retire. Like, it crushed my soul because
that's too bad.
It was horrible.
That's too bad. Gosh darn it. Did he steal a Stanley Cup from Vancouver?
They barely got out of that city alive. Holy cow. I've never seen so many flip cars and fires in my life.
I think some Boston Bruins fans got hurt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got the hell out of there as quick as possible because there was no way we were going to make it out if we decided to watch the cup get raised. We're like, no, this ain't going to happen. So, well, you know what? We're here for Dynamite After Dark because that's what we do.
You know who we are, but you don't know why we are.
Damn right. It says where the big boys play. We just raised the bar a little bit higher. Noob's in the house. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Thank you, and Natalia Markova for the birthday wishes. Noob, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
Yeah, he was pretty happy. I talked to Natalia Markova. I said, you know what? You need to give Noob his birthday wishes.
Yeah.
He was pretty ecstatic to get that.
That is awesome. Monaco is here. Yeah, we got a full house. We got lots of people watching. So you know what? Let's start off with not a bang. For the first time in a long time, we didn't start with a match. We actually started with the Jericho Appreciation Society mandatory. Mind you, it is mandatory meeting. Here's some of my notes. Menard introduces Jericho. Is that a crushed velvet red suit? Because that is just
It looked good.
it looks stunning. All
I
I'm
want a
saying,
crushed velvet red suit.
I'm just saying, next time I have to go out and I have to flash the duds, crushed red velvet suit can't go wrong. If it's good enough for Jericho, by God, it's good enough for me. Um, did someone die? What was the deal with all these black outfits? And then I go to myself and I think to myself, you know what? Thank God Garcia isn't dancing. Yep, that didn't last for very long. Uh, Hager, man, that was the best promo that guy's ever freaking done. Like it got me in the feels because he's like, I love that hat. And he cuts this amazing promo. They basically just all leave. Sammy was the last one and kind of said, hey, maybe I'll be here, maybe I won't. So, Canada Dry, you go first. Thoughts on the JAS mandatory?
Now I want to know what's with the deal with that dance that he does. Is this getting over? Because I don't think it is.
It's not.
This is like just he's been pretty boring as like a character wise sort of thing. And if this is his gimmick, I'm not sure if it's catching on.
It's not.
No. What do you think, Joseph?
If you want to be laughed
I mean, the crowd go wild whenever he does it. So, I guess
I guess
all
that's
that
the main
matters.
thing. Like, if I don't like it, it doesn't really matter. If the fans like it, that's what really matters.
Yeah.
They're cheering it on. But yeah, this was interesting that none of them let Jericho talk.
Yeah.
Every time he tried to talk, they shut him down.
Yeah.
My thoughts on this was that Tay Mello also had to mention the baby again. And she's holding her stomach.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know you're pregnant, Tay. Yeah. Interesting thing was Sammy Guevara had the Inner Circle vest on.
Yes, he did have the Inner Circle vest on, which I thought was very interesting.
Which makes me think that we're getting the Inner Circle again.
Okay.
We're going to get possibly even Proud and Powerful. Maybe some guys decide not to come back to Jericho.
Yeah.
Maybe we get Proud and Powerful back in the original Inner Circle.
That would be possibly, yeah.
But I do think we're getting the Inner Circle back.
Okay.
Because we don't want it to be just about Jericho anymore. And we want it to be. So that's what I think is going to happen.
Okay. Golden Graham, it's your turn, brother.
Yeah, I don't know if the Inner Circle's coming back. Like I'm curious to see where this goes, but I do like. I don't know if you all noticed, but in Jericho's video, like his Jumbotron video, it had him and Callis from that old promo that they showed. So like it's been sprinkled into his new entrance. I like that little detail, like that.
Oh, the one with Storm and all that?
Yeah. So, I mean, clearly he's got to be joining the Don Callis family next week. Like,
I don't know. It seems really odd that that after the Jericho Appreciation Society pretty much abandons him, that he would instantly say yes.
I don't think it's. I think he's feeling hurt, dejected, and he's not the normal. He's not all the demo god like Champion. He's feeling hurt, so I think he's going to join.
Yeah,
I think that he's mad at Don Callis, and he's gonna blame Don Callis for all this.
That's possible too.
I mean, there's always the opportunity for a turn, and if he does, that puts him in face territory. And I don't know if the Inner Circle works as a face faction. Like,
I think they could under the right situation.
yeah. I mean,
Like
anything.
Don Callis could get them over as faces. I think he's that hated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That man. Everybody wants that man dead. So before we go to our next segment, all I'm saying is this: Chaos decides to chime in and says Ray Bork was a smart man to leave Boston and win a Stanley Cup. Okay, so there are two of the biggest heartbreaks of my life was seeing Wade Boggs win a World Series with the Yankees and seeing Ray frickin' Bork lift up a Stanley Cup for the Colorado Avalanche. Made me sick because those two guys are always going to be synonymous with the city of Boston.
And Cam Neely retired a Bruin, though, right?
He did come back and retire as a Bruin, yeah. But to watch him skate around with this.
No, Cam Neely.
Yeah, yes, he's the president of player whatever.
Yeah, that's a guy the Canucks also gave you.
Oh man, Noob says interesting opening segment. But I feel bad for Sammy and Tay, Anna J, Jake Hager, Danny Garcia, and of course 2.0 because they all deserve better.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid, Noob.
You totally are, which is great. That's what's great about being a wrestling fan is you can buy into this and go, heck yeah, this sounds really cool.
Oh, we got another person from Japan. Yeah. Awesome.
You should go to our store, prowrestlingtees.com/FN wrestling, because we do have our show is broadcast in Japan. It happens to be.
Yeah, we didn't put that shirt up. Huh? We didn't put that shirt up.
Oh, well, we should put that shirt up because
super happy fun time.
Super happy fun time. That's what we are. So now we go to the back, and it's Renee, and she's there with Jericho. Here comes Don Callis. I love that. I love the fact that he didn't do anything to fade that scar, because that scar is just freaking badass. Like, I want a scar like that. I'm going to have somebody bonk me in the head so I get a cool scar like that. We'll get an official declaration next week. I don't think we kind of talked about the ramifications, so I think we could skip this. We get an FTR recap. They challenged the Bucks at All In, and we go to our first match. Oh, man. I do not. It's the Bucks. And it's the Hardy Brothers. And here's some of my notes. Matt with the shocker again. He throws up the shocker. Why? Like, maybe that's the reason why Reb married him. I don't know.
Well, he's not throwing up the shock master.
You can't, the shock master. Oh, God. We need
right today on your NES.
Yeah, we need to get
tag team wrestling.
Hell yeah! Jeff's looking really good. I'm glad that he's taking hopefully his sobriety serious, but he looks like he's gained a step or two, and I think clean living does that. Horrible kick up by Matt Jackson. I don't know if maybe he just got his clock rung and didn't realize where the count was, but that was a horrible. Jeff gets a great kick on Nick. Really good back and forth tag team match. I mean, this really reminds me of the matches that they had in Ring of Honor. Like, it was good to see this style match. We don't deserve Taz on commentary. He got a kick in the yam bag region. That's the reason why I miss his podcast so much. It's because of those beautiful colloquialisms that only Taz can do.
Now, is a yam and a sweet potato the same thing?
No, it's not. Actually, it's not. It's two totally different.
Well, we could say like, oh, we got hit in the sweet potatoes.
It doesn't have quite the same ring.
It doesn't. It's a little long on the tooth,
Yeah, it is.
nasty twist of fate by the Hardys. The Shatter Machine 3D by the Bucks, I thought was just brilliant. Um, it was absolutely brilliant. Great show of respect. Nick calls out FTR. Who do you think comes out? FTR. Come on, like they're not going to come out. They're living legends, for God's sakes. They are going to have a match at All In for the tag team belts. Golden Graham, you go first. Your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I like this match. Like it really, like you said, it felt like an old school ROH tag match. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the Bucks suck this, but I've really missed like traditional Young Bucks tag team wrestling because it's a little different when you have Kenny in there with the 6-man match. It's way more chaotic. Like this didn't feel as chaotic as what I'm used to seeing from Kenny and the Bucks.
Yeah.
And like you said, Jeff definitely looks like living clean and sober has done a lot for him in that ring.
Yeah. Absolutely. Canada Dry, your thoughts?
I thought it was a really good match. I would have. I didn't like it opening the show.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later about the order of things. It's not always perfect.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Jeff really looked good in this match, and it was a little short.
Yeah, it was
for what it was. Like, I guess they're waiting to see where Matt and Jeff are before they give them a bit of a more push.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's where we're at with them right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Whew, man. We get the qualifiers. Apparently, there's going to be a 4-way women's match, what I am really excited about. And we'll have 3 qualifiers. You're wondering, well, how are you going to have a 4-way and only 3 qualifiers? Well, it's because Toni Storm has a cash-in for a rematch. So she decides to cash it in, and it's going to be a 4-way. So,
I don't think she had enough points for a cash in.
I don't think she did either. But we'll have to go to Dally because Dally's the only one that can give us the exact tally. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, I really like this because instead of having only 2 women, I'm not sure if there's going to be another match with women, but if you're going to have only one women's match on the show, having a 4-way lets them all kind of be part of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
And also, if Saraya wins, it's not hurting Sheeta as much.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I certainly hope that they're not going to put that match early, that it's going to be later in the card. Because I think that can potentially be that steals the show. That's going to be the barn burner.
I can see that being a mid-show match.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want them to use it as a palate cleanser. And we'll talk about we'll talk about that as well. All I know is Mr. Isaacs is in the house. Good evening, gentlemen. Yeah, the winners. I mean, Chaos is right. The winners are pretty predictable.
Hey, Jeremy, if you're not doing anything, why don't you pop into on the show? If you want to join us, come on in.
Join us. Get on the bus. I'll pull over.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I don't understand is why Toni Storm gets a free ride into this title match, but Sheeta had to defend her title in order to
they didn't
be
make
placed in this match.
Yeah. If anything, it should have been.
Well, I think to explain that, you can easily say that she was going to have a title defense regardless.
True. Yeah.
So, like, the winner goes to the.
Well, I mean, that's fine then. This shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been a. To me, it shouldn't have been. This match shouldn't have been in the tournament. It should have said we're having 3 qualifying matches, and these 3 winners get to face whoever the women's champion is at All In.
Yeah, that's that. It's just their wording, I think, semantics.
Yeah. So we go to MJF and Adam Cole championship recap. Skinny dipping with rats. If no man in the world could ever get away with saying that, with the exception of MJF. Like,
Who's supposed to be a face right now?
right, who's supposed to be a face, turns out to go into a trampoline park. MJF knocking down the kids is pure gold. Absolutely pure gold. Watching him just pelt those kids with dodgeballs. And then
I just want to say, while watching this, I absolutely called dodgeball when I saw them go to a trampoline park.
Yeah.
I was like, this is coming and it's going to be glorious.
It'd be amazing.
His one-liners were amazing.
Oh yeah, the little girl that flipped him off was brilliant. I mean, the fact that I don't know who her parents are, but you are going to win a parent award because letting your little girl, who had to be like 8, flip off MJF and Adam Cole right to the camera, brilliant.
That gave me vibes of, I don't know if you remember, but when Triple H and Shawn Michaels were getting DX back together and Shawn was working in the cafeteria and he super kicked the little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got vibes just like that. It was hilarious.
What about the little kid who was just lying there with his tongue out?
Yeah.
Like, what? He's like, that's good.
Yeah. That whole segment, I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was just pure brilliance.
The reason why MJF can say the rat thing,
yeah,
is because Adam Cole is just so good that he can say no. It's almost like an Archie Bunker sort of thing, where it's like Meathead and Archie, where it's like, no, you can't say that kind of thing.
Yeah,
you can't do that, and though that almost allows him to like, oh, it's a learning moment. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, that's a great take. I mean, the fact that he just is like, thought we were gonna crack some rats, and I was just like, oh my god, he would be Me Too'd out of the business if it was anybody else.
Yeah, I think it's equivalent to Archie Bunker because he was saying some racist things back in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
on that show. Yeah. And the only reason he was able to get away with it was because it was a learning moment and he was being put in his place and he's just made to be this dumb, moronic person.
Yeah,
like you're past your time there, bub.
Absolutely. So we go to the 3-way recap from last week. I love that Trent one. Trent Beretta getting a rub is always good in my book. Period.
Yeah.
BCC talking smack. They invoke Sue's name. How dare you invoke her name, you SOBs? That was such a heel thing. Oh, man. Then we go to our second match. Holy Christopher Columbus. Jack Perry versus Rob Van Dam for the FTW Championship. Apparently, there are rules to the FTW Championship. This is just being introduced today. It's falls count anywhere. Anything goes. Let them just rip and roar. I love the fact that Jack Perry stopped, turned around, held the belt in Taz's face.
That was good.
Because for those who don't know, the FTW belt was Taz's belt. When he lost his championship and he couldn't get a rematch, he got pissed and created his own belt. And it's brilliant. And there's a history behind this belt. So I like Jack Perry kind of tying the FTW to Taz. I think is brilliant.
Did the FTW belt ever appear on WWE TV?
No. I don't believe so. No.
Not even on the Raw Invasion where they had that one where they invaded?
No. That never happened.
Taz was on that episode.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever been on WWE at all. So Rob Van Dam looks good. I love that Tony Khan just pays money for music rights, so
Yes,
he could come down to Walk by frickin' Pantera.
which is the best RVD entrance out of all of them.
Absolutely. Um, Perry doesn't wait. He bum rushes RVD. RVD ain't having any of that handshake. Rob Van Dam might be freaking cyborg. I mean, what a kick to Perry. Like, chucking chairs. All I gotta say is this: if there was going to be an Olympic sport as close to professional wrestling as you could get, it would be chair chucking 101. Like, I
Yes.
love Rob Van Dam. Instantly, his ECW brain kicks in and he just starts chucking chairs into the ring. It was freaking awesome. And then that ref bump. Wow. Brother took a horrible bump. I mean, damn.
Yeah, Bryce made it look good.
Oh, you
I
got it.
mean, Rob Van Dam.
Yeah. Rob Van Dam. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this second match?
I was shocked that this was the second match.
Yeah, I was too.
I was like, it was also shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, RVD was rumored for All In.
Yeah.
So I wonder is there going to be is there time enough to maybe challenge for that? I love that he hit him with the yam bags to get the win though. I love it. And then it's like, well, these are FTW rules. Here you go, buddy. You think you're extreme? I'll show you extreme.
Yeah.
Gets the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Still don't like his music, but
What are you gonna do? I mean,
Yep.
it does not fit a heel. It fits a very arrogant heel, like MJ.
yeah, like the prim and proper, like like an
Yeah.
early Triple H, right?
Or a Lord Steven Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Somebody just snobbish and
He needs some like Hollywood sort of music, like
He should come out to 90210's theme song.
oh my
yes,
God,
right.
hilarious.
Buy something, you got to do that.
Oh, that would be awesome. Tony Khan, I know you're watching. Make it happen, bro. Make it.
90210. Buy it.
Comes out in like a Letterman's jacket and the peach pit.
Yeah. With a milkshake in hand.
Exactly. Golden Graham, your thoughts on the second match?
I mean, I have no complaints. It was fun. It was like RVD looks like 20 years younger than the last time I saw him. Like
Oh,
he looks
absolutely.
really good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see a coast to coast because I love that. Just
Oh, yes. Please come back with the coast to coast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no complaints. Good match, fast paced. For some reason, I just don't know why, but I have ingrained in my mind that Taz is going to turn and is going to help Jack Perry at some point. Like I thought for some reason like maybe Taz would come down and choke out RVD tonight or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just
Yeah, like, well, how would that work for his own son? He'd have to turn on his own son too to do that.
when has that ever stopped anyone in wrestling from turning on
Yeah,
the
that's
family?
true, that's true. Yeah, if Taz was his manager,
Yeah.
that would be sick. But I don't see it because I can see Taz stopping the announcement.
No. I think that's 20 years of watching WWE has corrupted my brain.
Yes, that's what I
Just
think
assume
too.
there's going to be a swerve, even if there doesn't need to be one.
Yeah.
So,
That's such good shit. Let's get Taz in there.
but to be fair, like I think it would be good for him if Taz was involved as his manager personally.
Oh, it would be. I think that's great. A great angle.
Yeah.
But I just can't see Taz being a manager at this point. I just see him. He's better in the commentary.
Yeah. I mean, he could be Jack Perry's hype man on commentary. Like have them interchange with each other in a promo or something, and Jack recollects about the importance of that belt and the history of that belt because they did mention Sabu, who was the second champion. They mentioned RVD, who won the FTW as well. So I mean, like, they're acknowledging there's this history. I think if Jack Perry was to convincingly cut a promo where he's like, I know about the history of this belt. I know about what it took, the blood, sweat, and tears it took to keep this belt. And Taz then is on commentary is basically his manager, and maybe even do interview style stuff with him. So Renee's in the back with the Lucha Brothers. I like the Joker. I didn't like it at first. I thought it was really lame. I don't know why he was doing it. It's grown on me. I'm really digging the Joker mask and the makeup. So before we get to any other action, by God, MJF and Adam Cole come out. Best friendship in wrestling, period. Ever. This is the most amazing thing. I got thrown off by the sign as they're walking around the ring. The guy who flashed up the sign that said, "Elliot loves panties."
I didn't see that.
How could you not? It was right there. It was
I don't know.
hard camera. What the hell was that? I can't even fathom the circumstances and story behind that person making that sign.
It must be Elliot.
That was
He's just telling us how he loves panties.
Yeah,
maybe it was a fantasy football bet loss.
that very well could be like that. Yeah, like that reeks of I lost a bet and I got to do this. So, apologies for what he said about the Midwest. Them waiting for lightning to strike.
Yeah, that was good.
Just brilliant. Like
He's like, "Oh, I made it!"
Like,
and then them cheering afterwards.
right. And the fact is that Adam Cole plays the straight guy. MJF plays the buffoon, which is unbelievable. I mean, so then they get into MJF says, "You want a promo battle?" Adam Cole is so white that if this was the 80s, Hogan would snort him.
He's so skinny and white.
Skinny and white. That's right. Now he's talking about wanting to get his hands on tag belts, but he wants to do the Ring of Honor tag belts. And so they're going to have a 0-hour match. It's going to be MJF and Adam Cole versus Aussie Open. And then we're going to wait a couple more hours, and then we're going to get the main event of the night, which is going to be Adam Cole versus MJF.
And they'll have the ROH belts with them for the main.
Oh, yeah. But how brilliant would it be if they won the belts at 0 hour and MJF turns on Adam Cole?
Or if they lose and MJF turns on Cole.
As I think that's more likely. I think the turn might happen in the match.
Yeah,
it'll
be what costs them the tag.
There was a little tension tonight between MJF and Cole there because of Roddy Strong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing: Roddy Strong comes out. I don't know if he's legit injured.
No, he's not. It's all for an angle.
Okay, because he comes out and he plays off the neck injury really, really well, and I like. He has this weird stalker ex-wife vibes, like
jilted lover.
Yes. Cole is torn. Roddy's playing the perfect foil. I mean, he really is. Here comes the Kingdom. Uh-oh. Do we have dissension forming between MJF and Adam Cole? Cole pushes MJF when he starts taking pot shots at
Well,
Rock.
that promo by MJF, you need to go run up the stairs, cry in your little Hello Kitty pillow, and get over it.
No, listen to some Taylor Swift and shake
Yes.
it off.
Oh yeah, and then the fans are like, "Shake it off!" I'm like, the fans are getting right into it. It's pretty much bullying Roddy Strong.
Oh yeah, I love it. Like, you could have played it one or two ways. The way they're playing it now is perfect, but you could have played it where like Roddy either gets like a drinking problem, where he's constantly trying to find ways to get himself killed. Like you could have played it that way as well, and I think it would have been a little bit more entertaining. But it would have worn thin really quick, because I don't want to see Roddy Strong be a comedic relief when he has such a storied career. I don't want him being a buffoon for the sake of being a buffoon. You know,
I wonder, maybe he's the catalyst for the turn at All In. Maybe he comes out during the tag match and causes it somehow.
Yeah.
Like, I could easily see Roddy turning heel and joining with MJF.
I could see them all sitting in a room and just coming up with this idea, and they're like, "This is brilliant." They're all like proud of themselves, patting each other on the back, because like right now, this story is looking like gold.
Oh yeah, you can't mess like it, to end it soon would be a crime. It just would be a crime. Like,
no, I think this has a little bit longer. Like, I think now it's just starting to simmer.
Yeah.
So we want to see where this goes.
Yeah, we're probably in like the second or third inning of a.
Like, you could even have Roddy Strong cost Cole the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's so many ways that they can go with this right now.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that they're involving the Kingdom in this, because Roderick Strong was a member of the Kingdom.
No, it was Adam Cole.
So was Adam Cole.
Oh, so was Adam Cole. That's right.
It was Adam Cole, Matt Taven, and Mike, who were the original trios of the Kingdom.
That's right.
With Maria, right?
Yeah.
Yes, with Maria.
Yeah. I mean, this was pure go. We go to a Collision recap. The only thing that really irked me, I mean, Collision was freaking amazing top to bottom, but
Yes, it was.
Oh, I hated seeing Steamboat get whipped like that. Like,
no, it's funny because he insisted that this happened.
That was his idea.
Yeah, but it hurts my old NWA soul.
And he sold it so well.
He did.
Like, even at the end, he's like acting like an old man falling over the ropes. It's just like, "Oh, okay, Grandpa."
Yes.
He's like, "Oh."
Go to our third match. Man, we are cooking with fire because we got Blackpool Combat Club versus the Lucha Bros, whose theme song is on my run list when I go running.
Yeah, that's a good running song.
Yeah. Sierra Miedo.
You know what I run to?
Huh?
You know what I run to when I run?
What?
Which?
I run to the music. The little part in Mike Tyson's Punch Out when the joggers are running.
Yeah. That's
what I play in my thing. Like, I'm running to the jogging scene in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Like, I picture that I'm Little Mac as I'm running.
That's just freaking awesome. I'm gonna find that song. I'm gonna put it on my playlist.
Come on, I'm Little Mac.
All right, man. Here's some of my notes for match number 3. Luchas with the surprise attack. I'm really digging the Joker makeup and mask. I'm completely shocked that Mox wasn't bleeding. And I was wrong. Mox is bleeding.
I think it's just beyond his control anymore. I think he's just one of those where he's bled so much, it's like you could just touch him and he bleeds, even if he doesn't want to.
So you could just flip him off. You just be like, bam, and he starts bleeding. Like, oh, man. Oh man, BCC in total control during the picture-in-picture. Great move by Fenix to avoid the Doomsday device, which I thought was really cool. A little callback to the Road Warriors, baby.
Everyone seems to be doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like Big Bill and Cage did that.
yeah, but they're not on the level.
Oh, come on. Big Bill and Cage are freaking awesome. I wanted them to win. I was cheering for Big Bill and Cage in Collision.
I know you were. I didn't even have to be in the chat, and I knew that you were. That slap fight. So the only time I've ever seen anything as violently jarring as that slap fight between Penta and Mox was I was in a store, and there was chaos ensued, and I saw a woman literally bitch slap another woman in the face and knocked her almost out.
Why did she hit her?
I don't know. Because
It's got, you know what it's got to be? It's got to be over that Duke's mayonnaise.
It has to be. Damn you, Dollywood. Damn you. That slap fight was freaking amazing. I loved Penta. It sucks that he was wearing a top, because I would have loved to have seen what his chest looked like after that.
Well, after last week's match, you probably needed a top on to hide all those puncture wounds from the thumbtacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that's why he's bleeding so easily. The thumbtack wounds have not healed yet.
Possible.
Those little things are like micro, but yeah, I mean, you get a little thumbtack injury, you pluck it out, yeah, it'll bleed like that. So we get the end. It's a schmoz finish. They rip off Penta's mask, put him in a pin, and they decide to say, well, you know what? Why we got the win? Why don't we just what the hell? We're going to go ahead and continuously beat on Penta, who's got a towel over his face, and Ray Phoenix, and literally beating the crap out of them. And I'm thinking to myself, like, who's going to save the Lucha Brothers from this ass kicking that they're getting? Nobody can.
Can't be the best friends because they're already got their ass kicked too.
It's like, my God, like, Blackpool Combat Club is exactly what the NWO should have always been, where they just destroy stuff. They destroy people, they destroy factions, they destroy fans. Like, that's how the NWO should have been.
You know what we're getting it all in? We're getting the best friends and the Lucha Bros versus BCC is what we're getting it all in.
I have no problem with that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You good?
I have no problem with that at all. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the third match?
Did you see the worst cutter ever in that match?
Yeah.
That cutter by Moxley was horrible.
Yeah.
Do not do cutters, John Moxley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably should retire the cutter.
Yeah, like not everyone can pull off the cutter.
The problem is
Cody Rhodes.
the problem is with his cutter is that he does it so sloppy, like it's almost an afterthought.
Yeah, like
They're working out the match, and he goes, I could throw in a cutter, and the guys are like, he's like, no, trust me, it'll be fucking.
Yeah, it looked almost like a stunner.
Yeah, he like flips them off, and they're like, all right, put it in the match. We'll put it out.
But yeah, I enjoyed the spiked pile driver. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mask thing was like so much disrespect. Like when the BCC started, they were about honor,
Yeah.
and now they're just thugs.
Yeah.
Because they won by pulling the tights while they had the mask off.
Yeah.
And it's not about honor anymore for them. It's just about being straight out thugs. And I hope when Bryan Danielson returns that he doesn't want to be part of it anymore. Because I don't think he fits.
No, at this point he does not.
I don't think that's going to happen. I saw some comments he made.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think he fits in the group. It's just too it's not him. He's too nice of a guy.
I think they'll figure it out when he gets back, how they're going to go with it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to be back, because as much as I am a Moxley fan, Danielson needs to be the mouthpiece for this faction.
Oh yeah. That goes without saying.
I need to be called Fickle every week.
Yeah, you are fickle. Oh, Golden Graham, what'd you think?
Once again, like this is what I come to expect from BCC. It's just controlled chaos. It's always fun. Just go. There's no downtime.
Yeah.
And of course you have Phoenix, who just flies around like a freight, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's like literally gravity doesn't care about him. He just flies and goes. It's great.
Yeah.
I was going to say something and I can't remember now. Completely slipped my mind. So yeah, that's all I got for now. I'll say something if it comes back to me, but
okay. I mean, Chaos thinks this should have been the main event. The show should have ended with BCC being down Lucha with Claudio having Penta's mask. Yeah, I mean that was a great way to segment into the.
I agree wholeheartedly with Chaos that this would have been a good way to end the show. Also, you could have ended the show with the Young Bucks and FTR as well.
Yep,
they're easily pumping up that.
Yep.
There's a number of ways they could have went, and I don't like. But we'll get on that at the end.
Yeah, we'll definitely share our thoughts on the end.
Okay, I know what I wanted to say real quick.
Yeah.
That whole thing about ripping Penda's mask off probably would have carried more weight if they hadn't done it a million times before.
Yeah, they need to slow their roll with this.
Yeah.
Use it on special occasions.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing with AEW. They have the same mentality as the WWE, which is not slanting against them. I think this is you have to assume that someone is watching your product for the first time, and so you have to kind of keep it as new as possible and catching them up all the time. And so you're right. The American audience generally doesn't understand the history of luchador masks.
Yeah.
And it's sad. There are tons of books about it, but I mean, it's a sacred thing. To get your mask torn off is like, oh no.
Like there's a reason why it's a disqualification in Mexico.
Exactly. Yep. Whew. Kenny Omega's in the back with a suitcase. What is the deal with him when he's got downtime and they want to just interject him into something? He's always in the back in gym clothes with a suitcase. Like,
I think it's a gimmick for him. It's like, watch this. I'm going to give you the suitcase again.
He just wheels the suitcase.
I don't know. It's always like he's always shirtless too.
Exactly. Yeah. Because he's Kenny freaking Omega. I mean, he's Kenny Omega.
Kenny freaking Omega.
I look like Kenny Omega. I'd be walking around with no shirt on either. So.
Oh, damn straight I would be.
Like, look at me, Kenny Omega.
I'd be giving everyone V triggers and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, you get to get away with it because you got.
like look at this.
Yeah. What cop is going to arrest you?
Well, he does look like Kenny Omega. Okay.
You ever heard of Kenny Omega? This is his body. So,
and then as you give the cop a one-winged angel.
Best way to get out of a ticket. Give him the one wing angel, hop in his car, and just take off. Because you know
That
that.
reminds me of the WWF Next Generation commercial
Yeah.
where the old lady is like in trouble, and she's like, she takes care of herself, and then I put him in the sharpshooter till help arrives.
You know what? As corny as it is, I miss some of those old.
Oh
those
yes, for
commercials.
sure.
They're corny as hell, but man, they were just freaking funny. So he said he's going to have a sit down with Jr. Uh, I don't know how good this sit down is going to be. I'm predicting it's not going to be very good at all. I think Jr. is still dealing with health issues, so
it'd be Kenny Omega interviewing JR.
I don't think it's going to be an interview. I think he's going to get attacked by Takeshita.
Okay.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have a, you got to have something for Kenny Omega at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, I think Takeshita is the rumored, and it makes sense. Like you gotta put a nail in this thing between them that's been going off for a while. So
yeah,
and that's a big match for Takeshita.
It is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyone know why he was showing up to the show an hour before it ends?
I think he was leaving an hour before it ends.
Oh, that's just so funny. He just shows up when he wants to show up. He's Kenny freaking Omega.
Maybe he was on his Canadian time, so he's a couple hours behind.
Yeah. He could have been on
Well,
Mexican
Winnipeg
time.
and Columbus are pretty close to each other for time.
Look, you could tell me any Canadian city, I have no reference to where it is. So,
well, you know where Columbus is, right? Ohio. It's in the Midwest.
I know where Columbus, Ohio
in
is.
the Midwest as well.
Yeah. Oh man, here comes Swerve. Whoop, whoop. Swerve. Cage is wearing makeup. Is this going to be a thing? I don't know.
I think he got a lot of compliments when he did the Sting makeup.
Yeah.
Like everyone was saying it looks so cool, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing it.
I mean, I like it.
I like the makeup on him. It looks badass. I like
JFB.
it.
I mean,
Too bad you're upvoted, JFB.
Like I'm a Sting guy, so of course I'm gonna like it. It's like him paying homage to Sting. So hey,
But it's also his own thing.
yeah.
It's just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the makeup. Like it's just.
Well, he's got the mohawk already. He might as well look like a road warrior with the paint.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a weird design, and it was like a dark gray, and it made no sense.
It looked better when he was in this title match. That paint looked a lot better.
Yeah, I hope so, because he's just gonna. He looks like Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Yeah, they need to work on the paint if they're gonna do it.
Yeah. So they're justifying attacking Nick Wayne and Darby Allin. AR Fox calls out Darby. Guess who? What? He shows up. That's right. Darby Allin shows up, talks about Fox's demons, and then of course Darby brings out when we need a sure sell for the pay-per-view for All In. He brings out Sting, who cleans the clocks of the Mogul Embassy, points to the All In banner. By God, we got a match. Darby Allin, Stinger, AR Fox, Swerve.
Well, I think it's going to be Cage, Swerve, AR Fox versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Nick Wayne.
Okay.
I mean, they announced it as a tag team coffin match.
Yeah.
So it might not be a trios then?
Yeah, I don't think so. I wish it was, though. It will make a lot more sense.
Because that was the rumor that it was going to be a trios match.
I think the problem is Nick Wayne. Because I don't think I'm trying to remember, I read something, but he might not be old enough to get a work permit to work in London.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I may be wrong, I don't
that
know.
would be an issue.
I mean, if Mr. Isaacs was here, we'd freaking ask him, and he would.
Yeah,
Be,
it's
knows
too
all.
bad because to work him into this angle, because he's the one that got all bloodied up, would be
Yeah.
perfect.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, maybe they'll do something at All Out then. Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight. So I mean,
What about a cat? What about a
like
cat?
Darby.
Got a cat in this fight? Huh?
I like Darby. I'm really digging Darby. I think Darby is logically the person who should beat MJF. It just makes sense. But I hate Darby with Sting because it just doesn't feel like he needs Sting to get over. You don't need Sting.
Yeah, even with the Sting in this, it's like yeah, okay, this is gonna make the match less good. Like
Yeah.
Sting's awesome as an iconic figure,
Yeah.
but he can't go anymore.
No.
Like he can do some high spots, but I would rather see Nick Wayne, to be honest. It's maybe Sting as a manager if it's going to be a tag team match. Like you could have Sting there at ringside, but
Yeah.
I don't want to see a 70-year-old take a bump.
Because that might be the last bump.
Oh wait, he's 60, right?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
In his mid-60s, I think. Yeah.
Listen, he has a he's got a hairspray bill that I'm sure is gigantic to keep that hair where his head moves, but the hair does not move. Like it stays there. So he's got to be able to afford that shit. You know that.
And he's got a just for men bill that's really high too.
Oh yeah. And Tony Khan says, "Hey, I want you to jump off a 30-foot ladder into a concession stand." Guess who's going to do it? All right, boss, I'm going to do it. That's what he's going to do because he's Sting. I mean, look, he took that stupid freaking high spot at
the pay-per-view.
Yeah, the pay-per-view, and it was like, why? Why?
But you know that it made his night to do it, right? Because it was his idea.
Yeah, this is absolutely his idea.
Yeah, but I don't ever remember old Sting, pre-Crow Sting, ever taking high spots like that.
No, he never did.
No. I don't remember him doing it when he was Crow Sting. I think as he progressed.
Well, the thing is, it's like when you can't go as good as you used to in wrestling,
yeah.
Then if you do a high spot,
yep,
that kind of makes up for it a little bit. Because like when you get two average wrestlers in a hardcore match,
yeah,
and you're slapping them with blood and you're hitting them with the tacks,
yeah,
all of a sudden they look like they're amazing wrestlers. But no, anyone can look good in a hardcore match.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I prefer Darby sans Sting. No, and nothing against Sting. I love Sting, but it's just like, come on. Like,
did you see the picture of Bret Hart and Sting together?
I did, yeah.
Yes, they did. Bret posted that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Let's go to our fourth match. It's the main event. It's going to be Anna Jay. Not Anna J-A-S, but Anna Jay. This is a Karashita. Here are some of my notes. Anna comes out with 2.0. Holy Christopher Columbus. Like, we need the high potent energy of stroke victim number 74, Matt Menard. And the same switchblade that I used to have when I was like 10.
I love those combs.
Back when JFB used to have hair. Now that's all invisible. She's invisible here. She is in total control. Anna Jay is looking. Anna Jay looked like $1 million.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna credit Sheeta for doing the lion's share, but Anna Jay really looks fantastic. Like, she's a million times better than what she was even like 6 months ago. You know, I don't know if it's Jack Perry's influence or, but
Well, when your boyfriend's a pretty good wrestler, it helps you a lot.
oh yeah, absolutely. Menard is even more annoying than usual. Jay's taking a. Uh, Jay takes control during the picture in picture. Sheeta beating Anna Jay like she owes her money. That crowd was dead. You'd almost question and wonder if, in fact, they were even there. It was like they were wrestling in a freaking empty arena. Like it was embarrassing. Um, Joseph Graham, I'll let you go first. Your thoughts on Le Main Event?
It was a fine match, like especially for it being the main event with Anna Jay getting the main event. I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah,
Um, Nothing really sticks out. It's just a solid match. Nothing major, nothing bad, but nothing stellar.
yeah. Okay. Canada Dry.
I don't think it was a good match at all. I think it was an okay match,
Yeah,
and it wasn't worthy of the main event. Um, the ending was horrible.
yeah.
That what's Sheeta's finisher called that she hit her with?
The Katana.
That katana was a shoulder bump.
Yeah,
It was like, I was like, you were supposed to believe that this took her out of the match, and then I don't know what was going on with the 2.0 coming in at the end there. Like, what?
Yeah, that was weird.
yeah. I think
Like,
the problem was Anna Jay is probably legitimately got hurt.
no, she couldn't have got her from that kick unless it was from before, and
I think it was
Sheeta
from
was
before.
going, maybe Sheeta was going light on her because of that.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I could think is that finisher was like weak.
oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I thought this was such a disservice to women's wrestling that I've ever seen in my entire life, and that includes bra and panty matches in the WWE Attitude Era. Like this match, it was embarrassing, and if I was Sheeta, I wouldn't have celebrated. I would have been like, "Fuck this!" Rolled out of the ring and just walk out and make because
Well, that depends because Sheeta might have been part of the problem.
yeah,
Because that kick at the end was brutal.
yeah, oh yeah,
I was like, really? That's supposed to look like a finisher?
yeah, yep, absolutely. Oh man, I could go for about another 2 hours talking about this freaking main event, but
But
I'm not.
like, yeah, let's talk about this though. I think the only reason we got this as the main event was because of the Lufisto thing.
I mean, that's the only thing that would make sense. But
I think it was just it was like and that's why we're getting the 4 women in and all in is because we're like, yeah, well, I'll show you, but I'm like, if you're gonna show them, do a match that like I would have rather seen Tony Storm and someone
yeah,
to qualify to get in
yeah,
because
You
Tony Storm.
could have done Storm and Jay. Storm Anna Jay. You could have
Well,
had.
I don't know if Anna Jay would have. I don't know. Maybe she would have, but yeah, it was just like it was a weird answer to the the problem that they were talking about.
yeah. Yeah. I will digress. I'll save the rest of my bitching and moaning for my number of bells. Oh man, Canada Dry. What do we got going on this week in FN world, the FN universe?
I don't know what we got going on for Magic of Wrestling. I didn't really talk to Liam today, but we have, of course, we always have a Magic of Wrestling on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But then we'll have Collision After Dark on Saturdays. Well, and then we rewind a little bit because I forgot that Wrestling with the Paranormal is on Friday.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about a ghost ship.
Ooh.
That's haunted, and it's like it's going to be an interesting episode. And we got some good paranormal videos that we found, and as always, me and Liam have a lot of fun wrestling with the paranormal.
Yeah.
But Saturday night we got Collision After Dark, also known as the Garage. And then on Sunday, we have my dream come true. We have Talking to Ducks game show. Yes, that's right. So this is a game show that we got going on, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Liam was caught on a date talking to ducks, and she was giving him a hard time. So he's going to be the contestant. JFB's going to be the host. And then we're going to have 3 people telling stories, and Liam has to guess which story's true. And he'll be able to ask like 10 questions to all of us. And we're going to do 2 rounds of this. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're going to get some quacking noises. We're going to have some laugh tracks. We're going to have some studio audience sounds. This is going to be a lot of great stuff.
It is going to be the bomb. I can't wait. I just Liam and his ducks. All right, this is the part where we go and talk about Number of Bells' favorite match and segment.
And this is brought to you by FTW Wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is going to be brought to you by FTW Pro Wrestling. Basically, what you do is for $250 a month, you get trained by professional wrestlers that are wrestling in the NWA. We're talking Brian Idol. We're talking Natalia Markova. They have their own shows. It is freaking amazing.
Do you have the video?
I don't have the video.
Okay, you didn't load it up. Okay,
No,
but yeah, but we'll show that on Collision After Dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a awesome show that they got coming on August. They did the one in July,
Yeah.
So I'm excited because Brian Idol said we get to show these shows on our channel. So it's exciting.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, that video is freaking amazing. Like, it got me hyped up.
Yeah,
because this is great indie wrestling. So if you want to learn how to do all that, ftwprowrestling.com. Sign up, $250. It's in Tampa. It's a beautiful, well, I mean, it's a hellscape. But
well, more Largo, Florida, not really Tampa.
Yeah. Anyways,
real quick before we move on, we have a question in chat. They're asking who's Natalia. Do you want to answer that there, Canada Dry?
Oh yeah.
It's Natalia Markova. She wrestles for the NWA. So yeah, she is a good friend of the channel. She's a good friend of mine, and she's just a really great wrestler. We'll show you a picture of her later at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And then she asked, "Who's Liam?"
Liam is also one of our hosts here on the channel.
Yeah, he is. He's tall. I didn't realize how tall Liam is.
Yeah,
brother's
Liam
like
is a big dude. Like, if you're walking down the street, and you saw him coming at you, you'd cross the street.
Sweetest guy in the world. Absolutely. Yeah. A little salty at times, but he is just.
I think they make him a little saltier over there in England.
Yeah. He's just this imposing guy. I'm like, damn, I didn't realize how freaking tall Liam is.
I thought I was tall until I saw how big he was next to the Murder Hawk Monster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Holy cow. Anyways, that's who that is. Number of bells. Canada Dry, you go first. Bells, segment, and match.
I'm gonna go. That ending really left a bad taste in my mouth, so I'm gonna go 3.5 bells. And my favorite segment is obviously MJF and Adam Cole.
Yeah.
My favorite match, that would have to be. I'd have to go with Blackpool Combat Club and the Lucha Bros.
Okay. Excelente, por favor. Golden Graham, your turn.
Okay, so I didn't think very much of the show this week. I thought it was a very run of the mill, like nothing bad, but nothing great. So I'm giving this show 2.5 stars.
Okay.
But it did set up a lot of all-in stuff.
I mean, it did. It was a very, to me, it was a very like talk heavy show, which I'm fine with because a lot of it was really good. But yeah, like my segment is obviously Adam Cole and MJF, and my match of the night is going to be the Bucks and the Hardys.
Yeah. All right.
Is this the lowest rating you've ever given?
Yes, this is the lowest I've ever gone on a show.
This show was so disjointed. You could have sworn it was in a 50-car pileup and everybody broke every bone in their body. This is it. It did not flow very well. And the fact that the fans at the end of the show were like sitting on their hands showed how this flowed. It was so.
When you say flow, you mean like the order of the matches?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like I don't think the matches were bad.
Yeah,
it's just how they did everything.
Yeah,
it was like they threw it in a Scrabble bag. It's like, all right, there we go. Here's your letters.
Matches 1 through 4. Yahtzee, yeah, all right.
Yahtzee.
Tony Khan
remember the last time there was only 4 matches on a Dynamite.
It's been a while.
Well, you think about it, MJF and Adam Cole took up a quarter of the show.
Yeah.
So that explains that.
Yeah. Still, though.
So what was your star rating there, JFB?
I'm going 3 bells. The women's match was bullshit. It should never have been the main event.
That would have been fine for a middle of the anywhere on the card other than that.
That would have been fine.
Maybe not even it. What?
That would have been fine for Rampage.
You know, that would even been fine to open the show.
Yeah.
You got the women's championship. It's because the show openers, it's also a big deal.
Very true.
You could have elevated the women that way because I don't think I've ever seen the women open a show.
Yeah. Yeah. So I give it 3. I give it 3 bells. Favorite match, Blackpool Combat Club. Nope. It's my Ring of Honor dreams. That's right. Hardy's in the Bucks. That was legit Ring of Honor tag team wrestling at its best. This is what 2014 James was like. I was giddy like a schoolgirl. I got that feeling back. It was so great to see those guys go at it. My favorite segment is MJF. I mean, that's gold. I mean,
it's like a month running where all of us have picked the MJF segment as segment of the night.
And it goes to show they have a legit good storyline that's going on.
Well, yeah, they get the mini story at somewhere in the show, and then they get the longer one in the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just so glad we're still getting the Bro Night Out videos because I just want them to keep coming because they're hilarious.
I just, I want someone to call me Bro Chacho, like
for life.
Yeah, for life. I'll be called Bro Chacho for life, and I wanted it to come from Brody King because so he could be like, "Hey, Bro Chacho," before he puts me in a hold and knocks me out for the night. So I'm all right with that. I don't know what our composite is. I didn't add it.
I got it.
What is it?
So, as much as we complain tonight, like it's still averaged a 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just felt it had potential, and it just came out lame with
I don't know if
good.
it came out lame. It's just it left a bad taste in your mouth the way it ended. Because
Yes,
endings are important.
yes, because if you're new to wrestling and you're watching the show and that's how it ends, you don't feel
You
compelled
can
to
start
say
out bad and get better, but you can't
exactly.
start out good and end bad.
Yeah, you can't start with a bang and then watch as the fuse fizzles out.
Yes, that's exactly. You got to go out with a bang.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're like, oh, son of a bitch! Why did I let-
luckily though, like they still have 2 more Dynamites before All In,
Yeah,
and
The question
they
is,
have 3 collisions.
will Tony Khan roll the dice again on the women? Will he try this again, or will he realize that this isn't working?
I think they're gonna. I think it'll happen again. Maybe not next week, but I think sometime between now and All In, I think we'll get another women's.
Main event. I don't think we'll get it for a while. I think
I honestly, maybe even next week, I could see them throwing Bunny and Britt Baker in the main.
Oh, that is a horrible main event.
I don't know. We'll see.
all I know is this. Tony
Wait.
Khan,
Why is Bunny even in this?
because there's no one else. Tay is pregnant. That's it.
Willow could have been in it.
Yeah.
No, she's going Ring of Honor, baby. That's going to be her landing spot. That's her sweet spot right there.
I know, but you put Willow in there, like, oh, maybe she has a chance. She's losing
Yeah.
anyways, right?
This all would have been solved if you would have just had Ember Moon. What? Drawn a blank to Ember Moon's name now.
Oh, Athena.
Athena just had her drop the title to Willow, then she could have came over to AEW and faced Britt Baker in this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Athena, like, she's done great. I think she's sort of like outgrown ROH.
Yeah. She needs a better run than what she got when she came to AEW. Plain and simple. They did her dirty. And I think giving her the shine in Ring of Honor is
Well, she's getting a lot more shine than a lot of the other women in AEW. So at least she's getting something.
that is true. That is true. Yeah. Well, guys, we're at the end of the show. I hope you did well in your prediction leagues. Not better than the JFB, but
I think the trios titles that we went for we're not winning because I think Tony didn't predict.
Not the first time he screwed us out of gold. I'm just saying.
Not the first time Tony dropped the ball.
Not the first time. Not the first time that you
We
screwed
need to
up.
call him Tony. I forget to pick Perone.
He just messaged me. He went fishing with his kids.
Well, maybe we're fishing for a new TDS member.
Can I be the one that puts crucifies him on our patch? It's just drive that last nail in.
We put our big winged skull up there, and he gets Jeffy crucifies Tony to it.
All I'm saying is Tony. All you had to do is just predict, brother. You had all freaking day. No, I get it.
I don't know, but Liam took the worst of this because he needed a secondary title
Yeah.
to get in the Hall of Fame, and it really hurt him.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe Liam needs to stick around for one more season.
Well, no, maybe he might.
Go talk to the Ducks, see what the Ducks say.
Yeah, we'll see what the Ducks.
That'll be one of my stories. Liam will be in the future.
Just saying, he gets his advice from the Ducks. I don't blame him.
Let's show him some T-shirts.
Okay. So, anyways, you want to find a way to support us? Well, there's 2 ways you can support us. You can join our tiers on YouTube, 5, 10, 25, 50, whatever you want to spend. That goes to our show, and that goes to getting guests on the show. Like, these guys don't work for free.
And also, if you want to do a one-time payment to us, our PayPal link is right below. So you can just send us a little bit of one-time payment.
Yeah,
Or you can buy yourself a pro wrestling T-shirt.
that is true. Like, say, the one that Natalia Markova.
I love this shirt. I love the one wearing it.
We got Natalia in the middle finger shirt. We have a
Yes.
Kool-Aid shirt as well, just so that we don't have just pretty ladies wearing our shirt. The JFB is wearing one.
Yes.
The all effing wrestling shirt. ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling. If you like old school wrestling, and man, I know that you do. Adrian Adonis, man, top notch. Way too soon he left us.
Yeah.
It sucks because I think he could have been an amazing wrestler with an amazing career. ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get your adorable Adrian Adonis gear. Oh my God. Whew. I'm a little winded right now. This is the vapors. See, that's
the vapors. I tell you, I got the vapors.
You got the vapors. On behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of Golden Graham, hell, he's not even here, but I'm going to say it anyways. On behalf of Trey J. Styles, I am the JFB.
And sometimes in life, things get hard. We understand that life isn't all just smooth sailing. Sometimes you get punched in the gut. Something happens. Maybe a friend betrays you. Maybe someone dies.
Yeah,
and it's hard. And sometimes you need some help from your friends to lift you back up. So you need to lift yourself up. Whatever means you got to do. You got to reach out for help. What you got to do. But you got to lift yourself back up, dust yourself off, and you got to just keep fighting.
Hell yeah. So well said. Hit it.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.